Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Turn it up all the way. It's up all the way. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. It is a beautiful day for Dunkirk, Fredonia baseball. Oh, we're getting a nice little breeze right now. Oh, thank you. So we're gonna get started. We got a different camera set up for you guys. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. All right, let's go finish getting set up. Where's the wire for the sling to the TV?
In the bag. That bag. Supposed to be in that. Oh, look in the box.
Ready?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shannon Davis, and we are here in Dunkirk at the Varsity baseball field for the rivalry matchup, the second of the season, Dunkirk Marauders versus the Fredonia Hillbillies. Welcome on this beautiful Sunday day, or sunny day on a Saturday, which is nice for us Western New Yorkers. As you know, the weather hasn't been so great this baseball season. The wind's blowing out, and we are broadcasting from right center field today. So it'll be a little bit of different angle. For us, I got Gabe and Dylan with me working the cameras and board, so excited for that. So let's get to the home team, the Dunkirk Marauders. Starting on the mound is number 3, Nick Zatorsky, senior. Behind the plate, fellow senior, is Nate Pokalski. At first base is senior Javi DeJesus. At second base is senior Scott Korzensky. Shortstop, junior Tyler Karen. Third base is junior Brady Corbett. In the outfield, you have in right field another senior Bryson Travis. In center field, a sophomore Zach Zentz. And starting in right field is Jack Lansky, another senior. Senior heavy lineup for these Marauders, defending division champs from last year. Leading off for the Hillbillies is number 7, a senior Simon Davis, followed by number 3, Gabe Schrader. Number 24, Owen Rush hitting third. Center fielder Micah Davis hitting fourth. Matt Cash DHing, hitting fifth. Trevor Persh playing first tonight, hitting first. Owen Ludwig on the mound, hitting seventh. Nate Syracuse hitting seventh. And Andrew Cowan hitting ninth. And here we go. First pitch, Zatorsky to Davis. And Davis takes it for a strike. 0-1 a count here. Just what Zatorsky wanted, to get ahead early. And the windup. Second pitch is hit hard, but right at third baseman Brady Corbett makes a one-hop play and throws Davis out at first. Hard hit ball, but good play by Brady Corbett for the first out of the game. Good start for the Marauders. Hitting second for the Hillbillies is number 3, Gabe Schrader, the shortstop. Zatorsky winds up and delivers for the first ball of the game. Gabe Schrader is one of the few players here that's going to continue and go on to play some college baseball up in Buffalo next year. Takes, low pitch, but is called a strike to even the count 1-1 on Schrader. Schrader swings at a ball, curveball in the dirt, fooled him, and now he's behind 1-2. The top of the lineup, Davis and Schrader really set the table early. Excellent for the Hillbillies. Lately, they're not getting on as frequently, and run scores has gone down. Takes the second pitch, ball 2. 2-2 count here. Satorsky's taking the signs, and he's going to wind and deliver. And strike 3, it's in the dirt, but Mikulski's able to scoop it up and easily throw down to Jesus at first base for the second out of the game. Owen Rush coming to the plate. One of the hottest hitters of this Fredonia Hillbilly lineup. He's really having a great year as a sophomore. He did start on varsity as a freshman last year. Took a little bit to get adjusted to varsity pitching, but he's hit the ground running this year for the Hillbillies. But he hasn't been up many times with 2 outs and no one on, with Davis and Schrader hitting in front of him. Great off-speed pitch by Satorsky, starting off with a called strike. Satorsky looks like he's feeling it pretty good right now. Rush hits a pop fly in the infield. Looks like Brady Corbett is calling it, and the wind took it. You can see the wind blowing towards us here in right field, and it pushed it away a little bit for Corbett, but an easy play and a nice 1-2-3 inning for Satorsky and the Marauders. Looking to take the lead here early after a half-inning play, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back here for the bottom of the first inning. Both teams are coming off a win. Dunkirk was able to 10-run Faulkner last game on Thursday. It's Saturday now. And Fredonia had a walk-off win against a surprisingly tough game against Allegheny Limestone. Starting defensively for the Hillbillies is Owen Ludwig on the mound, throwing to Andrew Cowan, and I will get you the rest of the starting defensive line in just a minute. Leading off for the Marauders is shortstop Tyler Karen, and that's a called strike, so looks like it's a low strike zone. That's a second low strike, at least from this angle out here in right field, we've seen so far. Strike 2, curveball that time. 0-2 count here on Karen. And he's going to get the ball, bat on the ball. Trevor Persh dives for it. Can't come up with it. And it's in. Davis backing him up, but Tyler Karen's going to start off with a double. Good piece of hitting there by Karen. Batting second for the Marauders is the first baseman, Javi DeJesus. No outs, runner on second. The exact start so far the Marauders wanted. 1-2-3 in the top of the first and leadoff double by their leadoff man Tyler Karen. Step off. To go through defensive line again, Andrew Cowan behind the plate, Owen Rush at third base, Gabe Schrader at shortstop, Nate Sirku starting at second base, Alex Paluk starting at first base. He's being DH for by Matt Cash. So you won't see him in the lineup, but he is a good defensive first baseman out there. Ball 1-2 to Jesus. And quickly the outfield. In left field you have Simon Davis. In center Trevor Persh, as you just saw diving after that ball. And in right field Micah Davis. Ball 2 now for the Jesus heading the count. Again, the wind is blowing out, which for any lefty hitter is going to be an advantage here. And the Jesus has 2 on the year. Ball 3 here on the Jesus. Owen Ludwig a little rattled after that first hit, and the ball wasn't even hit that well. Karen just got his end of his bat out, a 2-strike swing, and well done. Good job by him putting in play, getting the double. See if he can settle in here. The Jesus taking all the way, and it's going to be a called strike. 3-1 count, but still way up here, looking for a pitch to hit. And Ludwig comes set in the stretch and fires in. The ball is going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Cowan. Ball 4, and Karen, most importantly, be able to advance to third base on the wild pitch. So, not the start Ludwig has been looking for here. Gave up an opening double. Again, not a well-hit double, but a double nonetheless. And he walked the next batter on 5 pitches. First and third, no outs here. Early jam for the Hillbilly pitcher. Jack Lansky, senior left fielder, stepping to the plate. He's had an outstanding season here, hitting the ball to all fields and showing a lot of power so far. Owen Ludwig tries the double move here just in case the runner was going in a first and third situation. See if he can get the Jesus to take off and possibly pick him off. No one fell for it. Karen dove back into third safely, and Ludwig didn't make a throw. Comes set, ball again. Ludwig struggling to find the strike zone early. Again, when the Hillbillies came off to first time through league lineup, they only had 1 loss in their last game of the against any league opponent. It was in first place, and they're still tied for first now, but they're scratching and calling. Pitchers are struggling a little bit more. A few more errors behind them. And honestly, the lineup is hitting as well. So they're not playing terrible, but they're not playing as well as they were in the beginning of the season. Ludwig falls behind 2-0. Again, the second straight batter. Ground ball to shortstop. Goes to get 1 here. Can't get 2. Paluk gets a nice scoop. Karen is going to score on the play. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Lansky and RBI. So it's now 1-0. Dunkirk over the Hillbillies. Runner on first now only, and the pitcher, cleanup hitter Nick Zatorsky, stepping to the plate. Zatorsky also has 2 home runs on the year. And again, the wind is blowing out to right field, right in his power alley. He swings hard, pulls it foul. Strike 1 for Zatorsky. And the umpire calls timeout, asking Micah Davis to go over and get that ball because it came back in play off the fence, causing a slight delay. Now, if you're the Marauders, you want to get at least 1 more here, and obviously Ludwig wants to settle in and shut it down and go down 1-0 after 1, which wouldn't be too bad. First and third, no outs. Once again, Zatorsky pulls the ball hard right into that fence along the first base line. Down 0-2 now. Real aggressive swings by Zatorsky, looking to go up 3-0, help his own cause here. Now he's got to change the swing up a little bit here. The delivery, a fastball high and away. A set up pitch there. Good pitch, good take. And let's see what Ludwig comes back with now after the high fastball up and away. See if he comes back with the curveball low and in. And he does just that, but Satorsky is able to hold on. Cowan scooped and tagged, but no, he checked his swing. I think that's absolutely the right call. Right play by the catcher too, just in case, trying to get that call. But good call by the official. Ball 2-2 count now. Back to even. Ludwig wants to go get him here. He doesn't want to go full after being up 0-2. And the pitch, strike 3. The runner does take off and catch the Fredonia defense, not knowing. No one yelled going or anything. And Jack Lansky still standing up. And Jack's a great guy, great hitter, great ball player. But he is not the speedy base runner by any means. But he got himself in scoring position. Now junior Brady Corbett hitting right around 450 on the season. He started off hot in Myrtle Beach and has continued all year long. So it's the hitter that the Marauders want up right now, looking to try to go up 2-0 here with a runner on second and 2 outs. So early on, this is a big out for both sides. You don't want to go down more than 1 run here for the Hillbillies, and you want to tack on if you're the Marauders. Ball inside on the fastball. 1-0 count. And the pitch also inside again, not falling behind 2-0. Again, this, see, 1, 2, third hitter out of 5. It's either been 2-0 or 0-2 in the first 5 hitters now for Ludwig. It's kind of all or nothing. Found himself up 0-2 on Karen and going 0-2 on Zatorsky. All the other hitters has been at least 2-0 so far. And the pitch, it's going to be popped up. Davis coming in, he off his glove, drops it, and it's going to be an unearned run. Micah Davis, known for his defense, but not there. He called it late in it, carried on him just a little bit. It bounces off his glove, scoring a second run for the Marauders. So the Marauders are now up 2-0, and Nate Pekulski is up for the Marauders, senior catcher. Ground ball to the third baseman, Owen Rush. Long throw, scoop, no, Paluk can't scoop it. Knocks it down, though. And that's a tough play. It was a high hopper, and Owen Rush had to backpedal deep into the infield. Had a long throw. It was one hop to Paluk, and he almost had it, but went off his glove. I'm going to have to give the air. Tough play, but I'm going to give the air on third baseman personally. So now it's 2 outs, runners on first and second. Ball 1. Coming to the late plate is Bryson Travis, who also has a home run this year. So a lot of power in this Marauder lineup. And they were struggling offensively here a little bit. Only 1 hit this inning, but they got 2 runs. They only have 1 going into last game. They had 1 hit in two games against Gowanda and Olean, facing some tough pitching. Came alive last game against Faulkner, and now taking advantage of a couple walks and errors here by the Hillbilly defense. Up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. This time, fly ball to right field by Travis. Davis gets behind it and makes the catch, no problem this time for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Marauders take a 2-0 lead here after 1. 2-0 Marauders, 1 hit, couple walks, couple errors, 2 runners left on, 2-0 for the Marauders. We'll be back. Okay, here we go. Top of the second inning. Rough start for the Hillbillies. Great start for the Marauders. Satorsky went 1-2-3 against the top of the order in the top of the first, and they were able to score 2 runs thanks to a couple errors in the bottom of the first, making the score 2-0. Micah Davis leading off for the Hillbillies, and Satorsky's back on the mound looking to continue carry over a good first inning. 9 pitch innings Satorsky had in the first inning, 3 up, 3 down against the top of the order. Is no small task. Lefty versus lefty, tough matchup for Davis, especially after dropping that pop fly in right field. Another low strike called. It's the third one, so it looks like it's going to be a low strike zone today. Pitchers are going to have to see. And what a great angle we have here. Here's the pitch. Davis hits it up the middle and is going to get a single going with that pitch. So give him a little credit after making that big mistake, being down on himself, costing his team his run, but he comes right back. Not trying to do anything special with the pitch. Ground ball right back up the middle for a hit. And I won't have to yell him at as much later now. Now hitting, maybe the hottest hitter for the Hillbillies is Matt Cash, the DH, number 5 hitter. And the pitch from Satorsky is fouled, and the ball stuck right in the top of the backstop. Matt Cash had a great game last game. He was the winning pitcher coming in to close out the game. I believe he had 6 RBIs, including a walk-off hit. So the biggest varsity game of the junior's career. And he's going to hope to carry that over here. Trying to get back in this game are the Hillbillies. Satorsky has a great move from the mound. Davis is also known to steal. And the ball is a pass ball here, so we're not going to have to worry about that. So Hillbillies are in business here. The runner on second, no outs, but Cash finds himself down in the count 0-2 after that swing and a miss. So now versus a lefty, Davis can take advantage of a little bit bigger lead here at second base. Cash calls time at the plate. Satorsky's showing good stuff early. I know he really wanted this game, this start, to face his rivals. Takes a look at second, looks again, now delivers, balls in the dirt. Nice stop by Pekulski there. Still way up in the count though, 1-2 on Cash. What a beautiful day, you know, staying out here in right field and enjoying this view very much. I hope you guys are well. And here's the pitch. Cash grounds out to third. Corbett makes the play. Davis takes third base on the throw to first, and DeJesus throws it away. And Micah Davis still doesn't realize the ball went away. He's got Dustin eyes, and now he's going to score on the throwing air, making it 2-1. And Hillbillies are right back in it. 1 out, no one on, and Trevor Persh coming up to the plate. Fielding air by, throwing air really by Javi DeJesus. And the first pitch to Persh is low and away. Another lefty-lefty matchup, and it's not the easiest thing to do in the world for these young lefty hitters. They're not used to facing lefty pitchers, and the ball just breaks completely away from you, which you're not used to seeing. Good swing there. Satorsky gets even on the count, though, on the foul ball straight back. 1-1 on Persh. Trevor Persh, the senior, goes back and forth between first base and shortstop defensively for the Hillbillies. And here's our pitch. And Persh hits a line drive to right field. Patented swing there by Persh, going with the pitch. Makes solid contact and a clean single to left field, Bryson Travis. Now the pitcher, Owen Ludwig, is up. Ludwig has surprisingly, if you watch last year's team, he was DH for when he pitched most of the games, and he really didn't play any defensive positions besides pitcher last year. But he's had some big hits for the Hillbillies this year. Ball inside. So we still have 1 out, 1 runner on. Again, Zatorsky has a great move to first. Otherwise, I think you would see the runners going a little bit more. I'm guessing they're going to go on first contact if they do take off. But DeJesus is really good at getting rid of that ball and firing it to second base. And I've seen a number of batters picked off or runners, excuse me, picked off and thrown out by DeJesus to Karen at short. Zatorsky with the pitch. And a little nubbler. It's going to be a tough play for Corbett. Only place to go is first. And he has a good play there by Corbett. Perch does get to second on the play, but that's a big play there. When it was not easy, Ludwig has good speed. But Corbett attacked that ball, scooped and throw in all one motion, and got the out. Good by about a half step. Ludwig didn't like the call, but I think it was the right call. 2 outs, Perch on second now, just like we had in the bottom of the first. Marauders are now looking to get out of this and not give up a run. Nate Sirku, the sophomore, coming up to the plate, takes a called strike. Nate will work the count here. He's drawn a number of walks throughout the season, and he's had a couple big hits as well. Curveball here is in the dirt. Polkulski stops it, 1-1, keeping Persh at second base, which is key here, especially with 2 outs. You don't want to give up a pass ball and let that runner score. Little pickoff play was on, but Persh got back easily, and Zatorsky wisely hung on the ball. Was keeping him honest here. You see Karen and Krzenski working in and out at shortstop and second. And Zatorsky steps off again. You know, the threat of a stolen base is definitely in the Marauders' mind here with 2 outs. Yeah, right-hand batter, so it's a tough throw for the catcher if he can get a good jump. And Syracuse pops it up to the second baseman, and that's fielded, and that'll be the end of the top of the first. Hillbillies do get 1 run on 2 hits, Davis and Persh in the inning, and we'll be back with the bottom of 2. Marauders lead early 2-1 in this rivalry game. Okay, we are back here for the bottom of the second inning. Again, Marauders are up 2-1. Now, if you're the Hillbillies, you got 8-9-1. You really want to see Ludwig settle in and work ahead of the count. He had a lot more success working ahead of the count than behind. And if you're the Marauders, you want to keep putting pressure on this Hillbilly defense. 2 errors in the top of the first. Scored 2 runs on only 1 hit. So you want to keep that up. And Zach Zentz, the sophomore, is leading off. Ground ball to the shortstop. Gabe Schrader comes up with it and throws him out. Good hustle by Zentz getting down the line, but he's easily out. And 1 pitch, 1 out. Exactly what you want if you're the Hillbillies. And then if you're a sophomore Zach Zentz, you get up there, you aggressively put the ball play in the first pitch. You're going to get a lot of hits that way too. Number 9 hitter now, senior Scott Korzynski up. And Korzynski does have a home run himself this year. believe he hit that down in Allegheny limestone on the turf, and there's the pitch, and it's a ball 1-2 Korzynski. So let's see if the pattern of the first inning continues now. He got ahead on the first batter, and now he's starting at 1-0 on the second batter. Needs to come back here with a strike, and he does. Swing and a miss. Korzynski even in the count 1-1. That was a tough pitch there by Ludwig on the 1-0 count. And here comes pitch 3. Curveball fools Korzynski, and Ludwig's up early now 1-2. That was a nice pitch there, so we call the old bowel blocker. 1-2 count here for Korzynski, and he swings with the ball, gets away, and he's going to make it to first base. Great hustle. I don't think Cowan had any chance there behind the plate. That curveball was way outside, and Korzynski fanned on it, but he's going to find himself on first base. And it's hard to say this, but you get a wild pitch on that. It was nowhere near the catcher, had no chance of catching it. So you strike out the batter, but you give up a runner on first, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Tyler Karen, who's 1 for 1 with a day with a double, and the first pitch is a called strike on Karen. Again, he went right up the middle, like good 2-strike swing in the first at bat. Persh went for it, dove, ball got by him, and got a stand-up double. Runner is going here. Check swing. Tyler Karen is holding his hand like he's in a lot of pain. Rush charged that ball, had more time than he realized, booted it, and Tyler Karen makes it to first on the air safely. But let's make sure Tyler Karen's okay. That's the last thing we want to see there. He barely could run down the first base. He was in so much pain. And that's one of those, did it pop? It's the last thing we want to see, especially if you're a Chautauqua Bomber fan. Tyler Karen, there's 5 Chautauqua Bombers playing tonight. Tyler Karen, Brady Corbett for the Marauders, Micah Davis, Owen Rush, and Matt Cash for the Hillbillies. And if they ever get a zoom up on me, I'm wearing the neutral Bomber colors today. Figured doing the broadcast, I wouldn't wear orange or maroon. I went with the Bomber colors. Oh, Gabe's going to zoom in on me. So you can see, nice and neutral here. Know a lot of players from both sides. So I didn't want to be any more biased. And Karen is going to stay on first base here. We'll keep an eye on that. Not sure if that was his right or left arm. If that's his throwing hand, and playing shortstop could be difficult. But Karen does put it in play. It is going to be an error on Rush. Another error here. Now you got first and second. Javi DeJesus up and only 1 out. And Marauders are looking to add on their 2-1 lead. And Ludwig's got to really bear down here and get an out against a tough left-handed hitter, Javi DeJesus. He will go all fields, and he does have some power in the 2-hole. And the pitch is a called strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Good location for Ludwig, but DeJesus will take that ball to right or left field. Davis over there has to be ready for that along with the infield. The 0-1 pitch is going to be a foul ball. So Ludwig gets ahead here 0-2. He's pounding the zone a lot better this inning, and that's a good sign for the Hillbillies. But unfortunately, a strikeout makes first base. A swinging bunt booted by the third baseman is on first base. So Ludwig's in a tough situation. See if he can get an out himself here. And the pitch outside. Cowan goes and gets that. 1-2 for DeJesus. Ludwig comes set. And the pitch, curveball hangs outside. Ball 2. Looking out here from the outfield for a Dunkirk Fredonia game, there's really not a lot of people here, unfortunately. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. But we just don't have a lot of spectators today. People must be out doing yard work instead. So we have the 2-2 count here. 1 out, runners on first and Second, Javi de Jesus up the bat. Ludwig on the mound. And the pitch is going to be a lazy fly ball. The center field pushes over, makes the catch, and it was too shallow for any chance of Korzinski tagging and going to third. That's a big second out here for the Hillbillies. See if they can get out of this little jam they found themselves in. 2 outs with Jack Lansky up to bat. Again, Lansky has come up with a lot of big hits using the whole field, but definitely has a lot of power, and you can see, or at least I can see, you probably can't, but there's a lot of room here dead center behind Persh. If he gets one overhead, he'll easily score Karen from third. First pitch is inside, ball 1. So if you're Jack Lansky here, you got to be looking for a pitch to drive up 1-0, 2 outs. Team's up 2-1. You want to tack on that lead if possible. And the pitch is going to be a ground ball, foul ball. Rush is able to field it, but it was foul. So that evens the count 1-1. And Lansky was just doing that. He was looking for a pitch to jump on, and he did. He just pulled it foul. 1-1. Count here again, 2 outs. Ludwig comes set, checks the runner, and the pitch, just curveball, broke just outside. Lansky was able to lay off. 2-1 count. Good breaking motion on that pitch, but it was just too far outside. Broke right out of the strike zone. Hard ground ball, foul ball. Coach Jagoda was over there begging for it to be fair. The home plate umpire called a foul break for the Hillbillies. That would have scored at least 1. It would have been tough for Karen to score depending how Davis came up with it over in left field. But that would have scored definitely 1 if it was fair. So that evens the count 2-2 now. We got a battle here with 2 outs. 2 on, and Ludwig's pitch count is getting high already. 38 pitches so far here, not even through 2 innings. And the pitch, pop up. Fly ball to and right field. Davis calls off Syracuse and makes the catch. You got to give Davis a little bit of credit there for having the confidence to go in and call off the second baseman there after missing one in the bottom of the first. Nonetheless, Ludwig does a great job getting out of that jam. He had runners on first and second after a strikeout that got by his catcher, and then a swinging bunt error by Karen, making it first and second. No runs, no hits, and that'll be after the end of 2. The Marauders are ahead 2-1 against the Hillbillies, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back here in the top of the third inning. You're going to have 9-1-2. Zatorsky delivers to the catcher, Andrew Cowan. His first plate attempt of the game, and he fouls it back, finds himself behind 0-1. Andrew Cowan's only a freshman this year, starting as varsity catcher, and he's going to be a good one. He's, obviously as a freshman, varsity pitching is different, but he's done a decent job and given a lot of good at-bats for the Hillbillies. Swing and a miss there, finds himself behind 0-2. Now, just what Zatorsky wants to do. You got your 9-hitter coming. You want to make sure you get that first out before the top comes up, and let's see if he can deliver. And the pitch is in the dirt. It's one of those, if Andrew swung, he probably would have been on first base because it got by the catcher, but it was low and inside, and you never know that's going to happen as a hitter, so you don't do that. 1-2 for Zatorsky. Cowan's looking to put the ball in play here with 2 strikes. Facing a second-team All-Star. Zatorsky was a pitcher last year, and Cowan makes good contact but hits it right at the left fielder, Bryson Travis. So good swing with 2 strikes, but Travis was a little better and was right there for the catch. 1 down now, and now we'll bring the top of the order back up. Simon Davis, he's 0 for 1 on the day. Hit a hard ground ball right at the third baseman the first time. These two know each other very well on and off the field. Played a lot of ball together in the summer as well. So both of them looking forward to this matchup. So far, Zatorsky's winning 1-0. And the pitch to Davis, and he fouls the curveball off and is down 0-1 in the count. So good job by Zatorsky once again, getting ahead early. Davis steps back in the box. Zatorsky gets his signs. And nice curveball there, and goes up 0-2 on Davis. And again, early on in the season, Davis and Schrader got on base left and right and scored a lot of runs, and they need to get back to that. Here's the pitch, fouls one off. That was one of those borderline pitches. I think it would have been a ball. Davis didn't want to take the chance and got the bat on it just enough to foul it off to the right side. Still down 0-2. Be interested to see if he tries to get him chasing another fastball. Comes back with that nasty curve here. Let's see. And he goes to the curve, but it's in the dirt, and Davis holds off, and now it's 1-2, but Zatorsky is way ahead. Has a lot of options here as a pitcher, being up 1-2. To go to gives Pekulski the signs. Pekulski gives him to Zatorsky, and Zatorsky takes a second, is going to step off before the next pitch. And here it comes. And the curveball this time stays high, does not break down in. And haven't seen too many of those. Zatorsky's curveball's really been working well for him today. It's 2-2 now. And this is a big pitch. Zatorsky wants to get him here. Davis is fighting to get back in and ahead of the count here. And the pitch is in the dirt, ball 3. So now it's a 3-2 count. 7th pitch of this at bat coming up, so another good battle between the two. Both seniors, could be the last time facing each other. Neither of them want to say the other one beat them. And here comes the 3-2 pitch to Davis, ball 4. So Davis battles all the way back. Zatorsky loses him for the walk. Davis is a threat to steal, but like I said earlier, Zatorsky has picked off more batters than he's given up steals on. So another matchup here. I know if Davis goes, it'll be on first movement. So if Zatorsky gets him, it'll be a bang-bang play at second, depending on DeJesus' throw. And Tyler Karen has stayed in the game here. He's at shortstop. Gave Schrader up the bat, now 0 for 1. Davis dancing around here. Schrader fouls off the curveball. And once again, Zatorsky gets ahead of a hitter. So again, he's done a real nice job. His pitch count is pretty low with considering that, and that's a big reason for that so far. And as you know, pitch count is huge in high school baseball with pitch limits and required rest days. And the pitch Another nice curveball by Zatorski. He's ahead, way ahead again, 0-2. He was up 0-2 on Davis as well. Davis battled back and drew the walk. Let's see if Schrader can do the same. Fastball high. Davis did an all-over there. And, I think Zatorski won that because he was stepping back towards first as the pitch went home. Now 1-2 count. You're probably going to see a curveball, maybe a steal here because of that threat. Let's see if Zatorski goes over to first knowing that himself. He does, and Davis takes off. It's going to be the throw to second. Oh, he would have had him, but the ball is dropped by Karen. So, knowing these two players so well, I definitely called that, and the Jesus made a good throw, but it was right into the headfirst slide, knocking the ball out of Karen's glove. So it will be a stolen base for Davis, but they definitely had him out if Karen could have hung on that ball. So now it's 1-2 count, Schrader up, 2-1 score, 1 out. Davis is now at second base. And the pitch is in the dirt. Pekulski does a great job stopping that and keeping Davis at second base. And that's a huge play there because even a ground ball, Davis gets to third, is probably going to score him, or a fly ball with a sac fly. So big stop there by senior catcher Pekulski. 2-2 count. And Schrader calls time now as Zatorski and Davis are staring each other down at second base. Schrader got sick of waiting and called time and is going to get reset. Here we go. And the pitch. And the ball's in the dirt again. And now it's the 3-2. So back-to-back hitters. Zatorski found himself up 0-2. And now it's 3-2 counts. He walked Davis, and now he's got Schrader on 3-2. 1 out, Davis at second. And let's see what's going to happen here. It's the pitch. And Schrader swings and misses, so Zatorski wins that battle. That's a big second out for the Hillbillies, and Schrader's struggles continue. He had a hot bat for a long time early on in the last few games. He's struggling finding a base hit. And Jagoda called time, and again, we looked at Karen earlier, and he's going to have to lead the game. And there's no one tougher than Tyler Karen. I've coached him since he was 9-10 years old. He'd run through a wall for you. So for him to come out in the Dunkirk Fredonia game, he's got to be in a lot of pain. I promise you that. I just hope he's okay and it's nothing serious or long-term. But the way he came out of the box and ran the first, if you guys remember that play, it's not characteristic of Tyler Karen. He doesn't say ow very often, and he doesn't let on to any pain. So what's going to happen here, it's going to cause a domino effect with Karen coming out of the game. Javi DeJesus is going to go from first base to shortstop. Marcel Carter is actually going to be going into Tyler Karen's spot in the lineup, but he's going to be going to center field. Zach Zentz moves over to right field. Jack Lansky moves to first base. So a lot of changes here with 2 outs and a runner on second for the Marauders. It's not easy to do. Let's see, Lansky is going to first as I make my changes here in my book as well. And the officials are getting this all written down. Okay, so I got my changes set, the officials got their changes set, and now we have Owen Rush up to the bat. Owen Rush popped out his first at bat, but here's a key 2-out plate appearance for Rush with Davis at second. It's a 2-1 game, Marauders up by 1, trying to hang on this lead. Davis takes his lead, and Rush line drive almost takes out the spectators along third baseline. He jumped on that one, but it was way foul, and thank goodness that didn't hit anyone because that was And let's see, you got a fish timeout here. I'm not sure if you guys could hear me the whole time, but now I'm assuming you can. If you're watching, Zatorsky led off with a double slash maybe an error. I don't know what the official scored. He's scored now, and Pekulsi is on second base after a single driving Zatorsky in, and the ball got through Simon Davis's legs, and he made it to second. And there's one out. Brady Corbett had a sac bunt, advancing Zatorsky to third base before Pekulski drove him in. Another timeout here. Play is really slowed down to a screeching halt. And Bryson Travis is a real threat to bunt here. He's got great speed. So the Hillbilly defense with runner in second needs to be ready for that. I wouldn't be surprised to see him lay it down as well. And he's not. He's swinging. Cowan rings it, and they are going to say he went. So that is now he's down 0-2. One out, runner on second. That's Pekulski on second base. Ludwig takes the signs and delivers the ground ball right back to Ludwig. A runner advances to second, is off on contact. That's going to be out at first as Travis, and now there's two outs with Pekulski at third base. And another big at bat, runner in scoring position here. The Hillbillies are down 3-1. You don't want to let that fourth run, but go down by 3. Runner in here with this 8-hitter Zentz up. And if you're Zach Zentz and the Marauders, you want nothing more to get one more run out of this inning on some shaky defense by the Hillbillies. Ball one, and Andrew Cowan is doing a nice job behind the plate. Saved a couple runs and balls in the dirt this inning. And the 1-0 pitch here from Ludwig delivers, and it's going to be a called strike. Evens the count 1-1. And the swing and the miss. So Ludwig finds himself ahead of the count now, 1-2. Again, there's 2 outs with a runner on third. Marauders looking to extend their lead, already up 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. It's been a slow game. We're an hour in already and haven't even got through 3 innings. Ground ball to short. Great play by Rush. Can he make the throw? He does, and makes the play and saves the run. So there's a needed defensive play by the Hillbillies to get out of that. Great contact by Zentz with a 1-2 count, almost driving in a run, but Rush was just a little better and made the throw across the diamond for the third out. So 1 run on 2 errors that inning. Again, 1.5 errors. Unofficially, not sure how that's going to be scored on Zatorsky. But nonetheless, 3-1. Marauders are winning after 3, and we'll be back. Okay, as we get ready to start the top of the fourth inning, again, it's 3-1. Sorry that we lost connection in the last inning. I hope my recap made sense, but Dunkirk was able to put another run on the board in the bottom of the third, so they're up 3-1. Matt Cash is leading off for the Hillbillies here, 5, 6, 7 in the Hillbilly order. Zatorsky is thrown 50 pitches in 3 innings, but has thrown a great curveball tonight and has really kept the Fredonia Hillbilly hitters off balance. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Cash is an aggressive hitter, so not a bad idea by Zatorsky there, trying to get him to chase that first pitch and either get ahead in the count or an out of it. Ooh, borderline pitch there. Got the high inside call, 1-1. We saw some low calls on both hit sides. That was the first real high strike called. Cash sees something out in play there. I don't know what that is, and he's throwing it aside. The umpire, I think, thought he was charging the mound. And here we go. It's that 1-1 count here. Zatorsky is dealing. It goes back to his curveball and swing and a miss. And that was such a nasty pitch that Pekulski couldn't even catch it. And he's getting encouragement by his coach there. The last thing you want to do is what happened to Fredonia early on. You strike a batter out and he makes it to first. So Cash finds himself behind 1-2. And the pitch, strike 3, but that does get by Pekulski. Cash is hustling the first base, and he is going to make it. And that was definitely a catchable ball, but Zatorsky's pitch is where that curveball is breaking so much, it's even hard for the catcher to come up with it. So a break for the Hillbillies. You got a leadoff runner on after a strikeout, and Trevor Persh coming up. He's 1 for 1 today, but Trevor, also being a lefty with speed, is by far the best bunter on the team, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him lay one down here. He's not squaring on pitch 1 and takes a pitch that must have been just outside. Ball 1. So keep an eye on his hands here, folks. You definitely could see a bunt here, but Persh has been swinging a good bat too with 7, 8, 9 coming up after him. Maybe Coach Cowan's going to take his chances here and hoping Persh can find a way on and get first and second, no outs. Swing and a miss here by Persh, even the count 1-1. See now if he has him bunt after giving him 1 chance. And he's not in. The pitch is in the dirt. Another nice stop by Pekulski, keeping Cash at first base. 2-1 count now for Zatorsky. Persh fouls that one off, evens the count, 2-2. No outs for Cash on first after a pass ball and strike 3. Those are the things, if you're the Hillbillies, you want to capitalize on, and Zatorsky and the Dunkirk Marauder defense needs to pick up their catcher here and keep that runner from scoring. Here's the pitch, and once again fouled back by Persh. So another good at-bat by Trevor Persh. Two count now for Zatorsky against Persh. And the pitch in the dirt, but Pekulski can't quite stop that. It's going to be ball 3, and most importantly now, Cash is able to get to second base. Pekulski got most of that, but it was just enough of it that it trickled actually down the first baseline, even though the ball's breaking towards away from the first base line. So he definitely got a good piece of that. It just kicked away from far enough for Cash to get the second with no outs. And now the 3-2 pitch to Persh. Ball 4, and now the Hillbillies are in business here. First and second, no outs. Owen Ludwig up to bat, and let's see what Coach Cowan is going to call up here. First and second, no outs. Hasn't been a ton of successful sacrifice bunting by the Hillbillies this year overall. In a couple of even situations like this, we've had at least one batter pop up a bunt and given out away in this situation. So, interesting call. You have 7, 8, 9 coming up to the plate. Owen Lugwood's 0 for 1 on the day. Cash on second. Persh on first. Zatorski's working with a 3-1 lead here, but in a little trouble in the top of 4. And the pitch, and he does square, and he does pop it up, just like we just talked about. It was a high pitch, and he chased it high and pushed it right up in the air. So that bunt is unsuccessful, and that's a real big mistake. The last thing you want to do as a hitter there, just to give away an out and not advance the runners. So big break by the Marauders. Good fastball, hard to bunt. When it's up high, you got to take that, and that's going to bring Nate Syracuse to the plate, who's 0 for 1. First pitch is a ball. Popped out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. So big hit at-bat here for the sophomore and freshman coming up in the 9-hole for the Hillbillies. And Syracuse fouls off that pitch, evening the count 1-1. So we got another, we got a lot of key at-bats and key moments. But if you think about this inning, Zatorski throws a great pitch, strikes out the 5-hitter, but he makes it on. And then a walk. And if you can get out of this here and not get back to the top of the order if you're Zatorski, what a win that would be. A nice curveball there, swing and a miss. And now he's ahead 1-2 on the 8-hitter Syracuse. Looking to put him in the books himself and keep the runners on first and second with the 9-hitter coming up next. Fake pickoff move. Now Matt Cash is not known for stealing at all, but trying to keep him close enough that he can't score in any sort of base hit here. And the pitch must have been a little high. It was a curveball. You could see where the catcher caught it. It looked good. It's hard for us to tell out here where it crosses the plate. Syracuse got the benefit of that call. I wouldn't take another close one from him. Usually get rung up on the second close one. And you can see, if you guys can see Coach Jagoda in the background now, I guess he's just out of the screen. But, man, he is working hard directing his defense right now, moving them around. A base hit up the middle by Nate Syracuse, and they're going to send Matt Cash. And he is going to score. Syracuse is going to make it to second on the throw. Big hit by the sophomore. Line drive up the middle on a 2-2 pitch, scoring one and getting Trevor all the way Persh to third. And good job there by Coach Cowan. You didn't know if he was going to send him with Matt Cash running. We talked earlier, he doesn't have great speed, but he did, and he was able to score easily. Carter's throw is late, and it allowed both runners to advance to second and third in scoring position with the 9-hitter Andrew Cowan up, who hit a fly ball right at Bryson Travis his last at-bat. Cowan takes a called strike, nibbling the outside corner. It's 3-2 now, and Hillbillies are still threatening to tie the game and even take the lead here in the top of the first with only one out and runners on second and third. Cowan fouls off pitch 2, and he is down in the count early, 0-2, and we've seen that a lot today for the Hillbilly hitters, and having to scratch and claw, and give Zatorski a lot of credit for that, pounding that strike zone. So let's see what Cowan can do to possibly score a run here. You got good speed on the base pass with Persh and Syracuse. Fly ball would score him. Ground ball to short or second, probably going to score him as well. So there's a lot of ways Cowan can have an effective at-bat here with only one out. And the 1-2 pitch is coming, and it's in the dirt, but Pekulski is able to stop it, keeping Persh at third, and it's now 2-2 So another common theme of the night, because Satorsky getting head and then can't quite finish the batter early on in the count. Working a lot of counts deep, which is getting his pitch count off to 71 here in the top of the fourth. And the pitch, and curveball breaks in there. Cowan tries to foul it off, but he can't. And it's a swing and a miss, and that'll bring the top of the order, Simon Davis, up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground ball to third so far. And Davis, in his mind, owes Satorsky one little bit. That, if you remember last inning, I don't know if you saw it or not. I don't think you did. But the ball went off the end of Davis's glove, and Satorsky was able to score on that, leading off the bottom of the third. So Simon Davis is up with runners on second and third. Curveball breaks in there as that borderline pitch that didn't get called on Syracuse. Got called there on Davis, 0-1. And that curveball continues to be effective by Satorsky. 0-1 count here. Davis hits a dribbler back to the mound, and another big out. Nice job there by Satorsky getting out of that inning. Gets the out at first. So the drop third strike did cost them 1 run, but they controlled the damage, only giving up 1 run. And after 3.5 innings, Dunkirk is still up on top, 3-2. Okay, so we were back here. Fredonia was able to scratch off 1 unearned run in the top of the fourth, making it 3-2. And now we have 9-1-2 up for the Marauders, looking to get that run back in a 3-2 ball game. Ludwig deals to Scotty Korzinski, and working ahead on the batters as well. The defense has really let down these two pitchers today. Both of them throwing a great game so far in a 3-2 ball game. But both pitchers are getting high in their pitch count as a result of the defense letting them down a little bit. And Ludwig goes up early to Scott Korzinski, who struck out last at bat, was able to get on base on a drop third strike and eventually scored. Line drive on 0-2. Way too good of a pitch in 0-2, and Korzinski makes him pay for it. Leadoff single by the 9-hitter. Line drive right up the middle. And that's one of the few mistakes we've seen out of Ludwig today. Up 0-2, you don't want to throw that pitch. Now batting for the first time, if you remember, Tyler Karen had to lead the game earlier, starting shortstop and leadoff hitter. Marcel Carter replaced him as playing center field. I know, update on Karen, he's on his way to get x-rays, and I'll let you know if I hear anything. Pitch, straight take by Carter, strike 1. Carter's got good speed here. Maybe you might see a bunt, so you got Rush over at third base, is way up in the grass, expecting that. 0-1 count, and he does square, and he pops that up, but he pops it up so far out of play, strike 2. And it's down 0-2 now, and probably taking that threat of a bunt away, being down 2 strikes. He could do it, but it's a real high risk, low reward play. 0-2 pitch, fouled off there by Carter. That was a much better 0-2 pitch this time. And Carter did even better job following that pitch off and staying alive. And Carter pops one up, see if he'll stay in play. And Andrew Paluk calls off the catcher like he should. Nate Syracuse with Korzensky at first base and got the out there. Good play by Paluk there, calling off the catcher. That's the right play. It's a real tough catcher. The ball's going away from him, coming at Paluk. One out now. Javi DeJesus up to bat. He has a walk, and he's flown out to center field on the day. But a real dangerous hitter, especially the wind blowing out to right field, as we mentioned earlier. And the pitch called strike. The curveball breaking in on the back door, the lefty hitter there. Tough pitch to hit on the first strike of your at bat. Good job there by Ludwig, throwing a little farther outside, see if he could get DeJesus to chase it, but DeJesus was one step ahead of him and took it for ball one. 1-1 count here. 3-2 game, runner on first with one out. And the pitch, DeJesus fouls that off. Now down in the count 1-2. And the pitch, fly ball, center field's gonna beat Purse in the deepest part of the park, rolls to the fence. Javi is gonna go to threes. Korzensky is gonna score easily, miss the cut. So now on the throwing error, DeJesus is gonna go all the way home for a triple with a throwing error, scoring 2 runs on the play. That was a shot by DeJesus. So it'll be a triple and a throwing error. So normally a very good defensive outfield for Fredonia. Now all 3 players have errors and have cost their team's run, and Fredonia takes the lead 5-2. Lansky's up the bat, and he hits a single up the middle. So this is not the type of game Fredonia wanted, and didn't talk about it much earlier, but Fredonia was in a 3-way tie going into this game. Southwestern, Gowanda, and Fredonia all have 2 league losses. Fredonia split with Southwestern on the year and beat Gowanda, but following today, if they can somehow come back and win, if they don't, they're going to be out of first place. And Tuesday, Thursday is Gowanda, one of the hottest teams, defending Section 6 champ for Class C last year with most of their players back. So a veteran team that knows how to win a big game. And then they play Olean, who gave Fredonia one of his worst loss of the year on Thursday. So this is a real key win. And Cowan did go to the mound, and it looks like it's going to be a pitching change here, taking Ludwig out after back-to-back hits. So let's see. We'll go through all of this once we know, but that'll be the end of the game for Owen Ludwig. And his line's not quite complete because he'll still be responsible for that runner at first base if he does score with no errors, of course. So Persh, it looks like, is going to go into first base. Gabe Schrader is going into pitch for Fredonia. And this could be a little bit of the pitch count, too, keeping pitchers available for Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll make the changes. We'll be right back after Schrader is done warming up. Okay, so we are back here. Gabe Schrader went to the mound. It's going to cause some defensive moves. Owen Rush went over to short. Matt Cash came in the game defensively, playing third. Persh went to first now, and Paluk is out of the game. Foul ball here to Zatorsky. Micah Davis slid over to center field, and Owen Ludwig went out to right field. And Schrader, like I said, is on the mound, and his first pitch to Nick Zatorsky's 0 for 2 of the day was a foul ball. Schrader ended up pitching a gem against Dunkirk the first time around. Pickoff move to first. Lansky gets back. Lansky's not much of a threat to steal there, but keeping him honest. And I don't know if any of you guys remember, but the first game got rained out. In the second game, they had to continue the game the second day. And there's a nice little blooper hit to right field. Maybe Ludwig could have caught that, but he's able to get Lansky out at first base on the force out. That was one of those borderline plays, and Lansky made a little bit of a base running error. He thought Ludwig caught it or was going to catch it, and he did not, and he was heads up play to get Lansky out at second base. An uncharacteristic 9-4-6 force out at second base. A little bit of a break for Fredonia that took a hit away from Zatorsky as well, because that's a base hit any other time. And that brings Brady Corbett up to bat. 0-4-1. Sack bunt. Stolen base here. Actually, no, this wasn't a stolen base. Ball was in dirt, so a wild pitch, getting Zatorsky to second. Corbett is 0-for-1 with a sack bunt, and flew out to right field and reached on an error by Davis early on. So ball one, 2 outs. Zatorsky is able to reach the second, though, here on the wild pitch. So now he's in scoring position, looking to tack on the lead. 5-2 already in the bottom of the fourth. Fredonia desperately needs this out, and Marauders would like nothing better to pile on here in the bottom of 4. And they're going to do just that. Corbett with a nice hit to right field off the glove of Ludwig, and it's going to allow, they hold him at second. It's a real nice hit by Corbett there with 2 outs to drive in Zatorsky from first base, making the score now 6-2 with 2 outs. And Dunkirk is really putting the pressure on Fredonia, trying to hang on to first place, and they're going to have to turn around the low heads and the momentum of this game, because it's all Marauders so far today. Nate Pekulski now to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day, and he's been a hillbilly killer. Had a nice job at the first game, a couple hits, hitting a shot to left field and at Chestnut Field, and now he has a hard hit single to left field as well, and a ground ball the third, and he got on in an air. So he's been on 2 times here, and that's just what you want out of your 6-hitter if you're the Marauders. And he's looking to score. Corbett here with good speed at second base. A base hit's probably going to score him. Schrader needs to step in here and shut this down. Schrader gets a low call strike, which we've seen that again against both sides. Tough pitch to hit, but it's a good take on your first pitch of your at-bat if you're Pekulski. Almost unhittable. And the swing and the miss, down 0-2 now. And Schrader would nothing more here to take him himself. And stopping the bleeding here. Marauders have already scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And Pekulski smokes one to deep center field. He's got Micah Davis beat, and that's going to make it all the way to the warning track itself. Pekulski gets held at third. I think he might have had an easy triple, but again, not the greatest speed, and that was another well-hit ball by the Marauders here. 2 outs, so that's the 3rd shot this inning, and another run scores on that Pekulski RBI. So the hillbilly killer, Nate Pekulski himself, is having a career against the Hillbillies in 2 games this year. Bryson Travis, who's 0 for 2, is now at the plate. It's 7-2. Again, another running score position with back-to-back doubles. And Schrader's pitch is a called strike. And if the Hillbillies end up losing this game, which right now that's the trend we're looking at, that would be a huge win for Southwestern and Gowanda. They do play each other, Southwestern Gowanda, and the winner would be in the driver's seat of this game. But I think that's next Thursday when that game would actually take place. And so if Gowanda or Southwestern would control its own destiny at that point. And really, Gowanda would too, and Dunkirk or Fredonia would be reliant on Gowanda beating Southwestern and then have to win out themselves. And that would be a 3-way tie at that point, I believe, depending on Gowanda and Southwestern game. No, it'd be a 2-way, Southwestern and Fredonia at that point. If Fredonia was able to somehow stay on and tie for a win for the division, it would have to be a 2-way tie with Southwestern Gowanda. There's a blooper into center field, but Davis is there and is able to come up with it, but not after the Marauders put up 4 in the bottom of the 4th on some number of big hits, highlighted by Javi DeJesus and Nate Pekulski. And we'll be back 7-2 Marauders after 4. Okay, here we are, top of the 5th inning. Zatorsky is going to face the 2-3-4 hitter, Gabe Schrader, Owen Rush, and Micah Davis. So this is a big inning. You know, Dunkirk just had a great 4-run inning. Now it's 2-3-4 in the lineup. If they can get through this, they're going to be in driver's seat. If you're Hillbillies, you got to get some runs on the board here. And Schrader falls behind 0-2 quickly, and a hard foul ball, and then a swing and a miss in the dirt. Zatorsky back in the driver's seat, up 0-2 with the pitch. And Schrader is rung up by the umpire, getting the outside corner for the first out. You can't ask for much more out of Zatorsky. 3 pitches, 1 strikeout after scoring 4. And he is feeling it as his best game of the season so far on the mound. Owen Rush is up to bat, and you see the defense getting moved back. A lot of power here with Owen Rush. Does have a home run this year for the Hillbillies. And that ball is thrown behind him. Definitely not throwing at him by any means. Just curveball got away. And you're going to see Rush facing a lot of curveballs here, without a doubt. And the Hillbillies need base runners. They got to get on and they got to scratch away at this lead. You're not going to tie the game in one swing and one at bat, even one inning. But you got to scratch away if you're the Hillbillies. And Rush hits a line drive, but Marcel Carter is there and comes up with the catch. So good play by Carter. Again, came into the game when Tyler Karen got hurt and had to leave. For the second out of the inning, Micah Davis up to bat, 1 for 2. Ground ball single up the middle, his first at bat, and struck out with runners on his second bat on some nice curveballs, and he's going to see a lot more of those against Satorsky here. And he swings ugly at the first one, misses badly, strike 1. Again, Satorsky is feeling it on the mound. Strike 2, called strike 2, and he is ahead 0-2. And it's not going to be easy if he continues to pitch this way for the Hillbillies to get back in this game. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 gets away. Pekalski's going to have some time, though. And he throws out Davis, who collides with Lansky. Looks like both players are okay. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Marauders, just what they wanted. And it's not looking good if you're a Hillbilly fan. After 4.5, Marauders are up 7-2. Okay, we are back here for the bottom of the 5th. Again, Dunkirk controlling this game 7-2. Gabe Schrader is still on the mound for the Hillbillies. But the story of today so far is Nick Satorsky pitching a gem of a game, keeping the Fredonia Hillbilly batters off balance. Zach Zenz leading off, taking a ball here. Must have missed just a little outside or high. 1-0 count here. Schrader on the mound. Zach Zenz, who is now playing right field. I think it was a possibly fake bunt there. Just pure take. And it's a called strike, making it 1-1. Cash thinks it was a fake bunt as well because he was back behind third base over there. Ground ball to Zenz, and this time it gets through. And a good hard single start out the game. Very similar to his last at bat. Owen Rush was able to come up with that one, but this one was too close to the line, hit too hard, and got through for a single. Scott Krasinski, 1 for 2. been on base a couple times. When he struck out, he was able to reach. Had a nice 2-strike line drive single his last at bat. Taking all the way there, called strike 1. Pickoff attempt by Schrader. It was a close play. Persh, I think he was there either way. Persh couldn't hang on. Ball trickled away just a little bit, but nowhere near far enough for Zentz to advance, especially diving back into the base. Goes to first once again. This time Zentz is in there easily. 0-1 count on the batter. Runner is going high, protective swing. It would have been hit and run on the play, but it was a good enough swing by Korzinski to throw Cowan off and had no chance of throwing Zentz out. So you could tell that was a hit and run play based on the swing by Korzinski, who's down 0-2, but did a job there helping to get Zentz to second base. It was a hit and run play earlier where Karen hurt his wrist swinging. So Jagoda's been going to the hit and run a few times today against the Hillbillies, and it's been effective. No outs now, runner on second, looking to tack on that 7-2 lead. And what a pitch there by Schrader. Krasinski bailed out, called strike. He knew it broke in there and just jogged to home plate, acknowledging nice pitch Gabe. So that'll bring back to the top of the order Marcel Carter again in for Tyler Karen. 1 out now is a big pitch by Schrader. Again, the last thing you want to do with Hillbillies is to go down any more runs the way Zatorski's pitching and controlling the lineup. And that pitch is nowhere near. Wild pitch, and Zentz is going to be able to get to third without a problem. Cowan had no chance to stop that one. And the clouds are moving in here, folks. I don't know if you can tell, but behind us you can see some dark clouds. And that's one of the reasons they moved this game up, because of the threat rate. It was originally a 5 o'clock start. Curveball there for a strike. 1-1. And there is a little bit of mist in the air, so we'll keep an eye on that and see if we're going to be able to finish this game. And the infield is in, and Carter takes advantage of that, finding a hole up the middle with a hard ground ball single right up the middle. Rush dove going after it, and he might have been able to get there playing normal death, but a bit of a tough play at first. But either way, a single and an RBI for Marcel Carter off the bench. So things are really rolling for the Marauders, now up 8-2, and the last thing in the world they want to see right now is any sort of rain. Javi DeJesus, who hit a deep triple and ended up scoring on a bad throw his last at bat, went all the way to the fence in center field. And if you've ever been to the stadium, you know how deep that is. It juts out in center field, nearly impossible to hit one out over the fence in the deepest part of this park for a high school player. Ball for Schrader, evens the count 1-1. Hard hit ball. Syracuse dives and knocks it down. Was going to have no play. That's a base hit all the way. Syracuse did a nice job keeping that in the infield. But that's going to be a single for DeJesus, who is now 2 for 3 on the day. And now you have runners at first and second with only 1 out. Already up 8-2. And Jack Lansky up to bat, who has a single up the middle, 1 for 3 on the day. Lansky's showing bunt early. I think that was just a straight take. Cash holds at third, and strike one. Ball one. Marauders looking to finish this game. They score 4 more this inning. It'd be game over in the 10-run rule here now in the bottom of the 5th. Hillbillies looking to shut this down to give themselves any chance. There's going to be a nice hit to center field. Micah Davis hops up, gets to know he's safe. Great base running by Carter. Great effort by Davis coming up with that, getting the ball in real quick, but Carter was able to dive back into second base. So good defense there by the center fielder, Micah Davis, and good base running by Marcel Carter not to get caught on that one. So now 2 outs. Pitcher Nick Zatorsky, who got robbed of a base hit last at bat, getting on a fielder's choice. He had a 9-4-6 force out play, which you don't see much in baseball. Ball one just outside to Zatorsky. And infield has to knock this down. Nothing can be, no doubles here. It could be devastating. Could score 2 more runs if you're Hillbilly. And the pitch is outside once again. Ball 2 to Zatorsky. Schrader is up on the mound, pitching from the stretch, and gets one by him on the 2-0 fastball. But Zatorsky is still ahead 2-1 here. Good low and away is a good spot if you're a pitcher on that last pitch, because Zatorsky was out there looking for one. That's inside, going to get away from the catcher and advance the runners to second and third on the pass ball. And now a 3-1 count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, already up 8-2. Marauder fans are licking their chops here, looking to go possibly up 10-2 on the bottom of the 5th with a base hit here, and Zatorsky with a swing and a miss. Another big cut. Now I have a 3-2 count. The runners won't be off because there's no force out. But a base hit here would be hard for DeJesus not to score. And fly ball back deep, and Davis are over. Micah Davis with the catch this time to get out of the inning. Similar location to the one earlier that went off Simon Davis's glove. This time Micah Davis able to come up with it, and the inning ends 8-2. And 5-6-7 coming up for the Marauders, down by 6. Okay, we are back here for the top of the sixth, and the Hillbillies are running out of outs, and Zatorsky is dealing on the mound. 82 pitches so far. He's throwing a gem. And if I look at the quit stats here, he's going, yeah, both runs were earned. I was thinking maybe, but he has 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. And the batters, the Fredonia hitters, have just been off balance all day long. Matt Cash is leading off for Fredonia. Grounded out, and he last time he actually scored his last at bat, but he reached on a strikeout. The pitch was nowhere near, and he chased it, dropped third strike. So good pitch by Zatorsky. Called strike one. It's almost a have to take if you're Cash on the first pitch of your at bat. You're not going to chase that pitch. So picture perfect so far for Zatorsky. Tries to go back to that same pitch. This time missed to the outside. And Hillbillies they need to get base runners. They need to get some pressure on the Marauders, and Zatorsky just needs to keep pounding the zone as he has been. There's a good inside-out swing by Cash, hitting the opposite field, but it is way foul. He's down 1-2 now. That's what you got to do with that curveball. Wait on it, let it travel, and go opposite field. You can tell the Fredonia hitters, their timing is off, and they're out in front of it a lot, lefties and righties. So that was a good swing by Cash, just couldn't quite keep it fair. I shouldn't say quite, it was very fair, but he hit it hard. Foul out of play. And it's be interesting to see what Zatorsky comes back with. Is he going to come back with another curveball, which he has time and time again, or maybe come back with a high cheese, see if Cash will chase it? And it is, not sure, deep fly ball, left field, Travis back, and it is out of here. That's a home run for Matt Cash. Yeah, it is fair ball. So that ball hung a little bit on the inside, and Cash was able to turn on it and hit the home run. Just stayed fair, just went over the fence. Travis couldn't quite get up and get it. So that's one way to get back on the board. 8-3 now. And Persh is coming up the bat. And let's see if that has any effect on Zatorsky. If he can just shake it, he got lucky, and keep dealing. Trevor Persh is 1 for 1 on the day. Line drive single to left and 2 walks. And he swings terribly on that one and misses on strike 1. So way to come right back if you're Zatorsky and throw a great pitch after giving up the home run. Another nasty curveball for a called strike, and quickly up 0-2 on Persh. And the pitch outside, ball 1. Good pitch though, an 0-2 count. Try to see if we can get the hitter to chase it. Trevor Persh hits a short foul. Well, it's going to be foul territory. And Travis could not quite come up with that. What an effort, though. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen, but sliding attempt in foul territory there by Bryson Travis. Covered a lot of ground, but just couldn't quite come up with it. So Persh stays alive. Still down in the count, 1-2. Checked swing, but it's going to be a foul ball by Persh. I think that would have been ball 2, but again, when you're down 2 strikes and these curveballs have been coming in left and right, you have to hang in there, and you're looking to turn on it, and he just got caught, but he fouled it off, stayed alive, but still down in the count, 1-2. Another curveball. Persh slaps it to the shortstop, to Jesus. The Jesus comes up with it and throws Persh out at first base, and good pitch there. Breaking ball, breaking away from Persh, and that's all he could do with it for the first out of the inning. So great job by Zatorsky there. You give up the home run, but But it's now 8-3. Who cares? It's one run. Comes back out and keeps dealing to Persh. Owen Ludwig's 0 for 2 on the day is now up to bat. First pitch swinging. He hits a pop fly, but it's going to go out of play. Lansky probably could have caught it, but he would have been well out of play, so it didn't matter. Strike one. Again, Lansky's at first base after starting in right field with Tyler Karen going out of the game. Curveball this time goes behind Ludwig. 1-1. And the pitch. Oh, swung at a pitch that I don't even know if it made it to him. Fooled badly on that curveball. Now down 1-2. That's just up there guessing and hoping on that swing. This time he turned and roped it. The line drive right to DeJesus. So good job waiting on that curveball there by Ludwig, but line drive right at somebody. It's the second out of the game. Now coming to plate is Nate Sirku, is 1 for 2 at a big base hit his last at bat, scoring a run and popped out to second. So, and the first pitch, he is going to be hit by the pitch, so that's going to bring Andrew Cowan up with 2 outs and a runner on first. High inside fastball. Put a little extra mustard on that one. You could hear it all the way out here in right center, hitting the catcher's glove. 1-0 to Cowan. Slow ground ball to second base. Korzinski comes up, plays it no problem, and gets Cowan out at first base for the third out of the inning. So after giving up a leadoff home run, Zatorsky did everything he had to do. Got next 3 outs minus a hit batter, so 1 hit, 1 run, 1 home run, and 1 hit batter and 1 run after 5.5 innings. Dunkirk has a 5-run lead over the Hillbillies, 8-3. So leading off the bottom of the sixth for Dunkirk, is Brady Corbett. Is 1 for 2 today. Big double his last at bat. Comes out swinging, hits the ball deep short. Rush comes up with it. Low throw. Purse comes up, and he is out at first base. Good job over there by the first baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Hillbillies. And the pitch is ball 1 to Nate Pekulski, who's had a great day. Bet on 3 times, 1 by air, a double, and a single for Pekulski today. Two-0 count. High fly ball. But I think Davis is going to have room here. He stays with it and makes the catch. Just got underneath that. Pekulski just missed a home run himself. Towering fly out. Bryson Travis, who's 0 for 3 for today, is now up to plate with 2 outs. Takes ball 1. Eight to 3. Marauders trying to tack on their lead, but 2 outs, no one on. Travis looks to bunt, and he does. He squared around pretty early for a base hit, but with his speed, if he gets that down that third base line, he's going to be there. Cash was playing pretty deep. Fouled it off, 1-1. Schrader steps off to give himself a little bit more time and regroup. And now the pitch. And swing and miss by Travis, falling behind 1-2 now. Fouls off the pitch, staying alive. And nowhere near on that fastball. 2-2 on Travis. Reach a 2-hour time limit on this game now. Not that the game's over, but it's been 2 hours so far. Ball 3 again, nowhere near. Now it's a 3-2 count after being ahead 1-2. Schrader steps off. And it's a payoff pitch. 3-2 count, 2 outs, no one on. Schrader takes the sign, and here we go. Ball 4, loses him. Now look for Travis to be stealing here with his speed and 2 outs. He got nothing to lose here. Marauders get runner in scoring position. Zach Sens coming up. He's hit 2 hard balls down the third baseline. His last 2 at bats. Owen Rush came up with one of them. The second one got through for a base hit. And fake bunt, and Travis is going all the way. Straight steal for Travis. Ball 1 on Zentz. Travis now in scoring position. Zentz up 1-0. Again, showing bunt there. I think he's just taking. Schrader's kind of lost the strike zone here. That's 5 balls in a row. So 2 outs. I don't see him bunting here, but again, he's just trying to stay in Schrader's head. Called strike. 2-1 now. And Schrader gets even on the count now with a foul ball. Strike 2, 2-2. Again, 2 outs. Bryson Travis on second base after the walk and stolen base. Zen stays alive, following another one off. And another foul ball out of play. Zen stays alive. Little miscommunication there with Schrader and Owen Rush. Rush was breaking for the pickoff play as Schrader went home. So a little break for the Hillbillies. Any ground ball is short. Owen would have been completely out of play. And Travis would have scored easily. Fister, and that's going to be played by Rush for the final out of the inning. So Schrader gets out of it. No hits, no runs. And we are coming to the last 3 outs if you're a Hillbilly fan. Down by 5. Dorsey's going to look to shut it down when we get back in the top of the 7th. So we're back. Sorry about that. First pitch. You would think maybe Simon Davis be taken. No way. Ropes a line drive double down the line for his first hit of the game. So exactly what Fredonia needs to get started, but they need a lot more of that, down by 5. Gave Schrader out to the bat, who's 0 for the day. Looking for his first hit. Ball 1 inside. So obviously for Marauders, you're just looking for outs. Davis means absolutely nothing. You're up by 5. Plays the 1 here all day long. And Schrader gets hit by the pitch. So first and second, no outs. Still up by 5. Zatorski's over 100 pitches now, 102 on the day. And Owen Rush coming to the plate. Owen Rush is 0 for 3 on the day, which is uncommon. Last time he had a hard line drive, but right at Marcel Carter, popped out to third and grounded out to third, reaching on an error. Owen Rush hits it hard, but that's a double play ball all day long. No, Korzinski doesn't throw it, so fielder's choice. Schrader is going to be out at second. With Rush's speed, as hard as that was hit, you would have thought that'd be a double play. Davis advances to third. One out now, runners in first and third, and that's all you want. Micah Davis now up and struggled with the curveball and takes another one. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He had a single his first at bat and struck out the last 2. Zatorski deals. And Davis is way out in front. He's got to let that curveball travel and drive it to left field. Really struggling with it. Now down 0-2. Need base runners here. He's got to work hard and find a way right now. Takes a fastball high. 1-2. And you know, everyone in the world knows what pitch is coming right now is that curveball. His only chance is let it travel and try to hit it to drive it through the left side. And here comes the pitch. And he fouls that off. Got a hanger, but it was a little high. Still 1-2. Runners on first and third. Down by 5. Need base runners if you're Hillbillies. Davis chases one that's way outside. He's going to be out because first base was occupied and really continues to struggle with that curveball. Rush is going to advance to second base there. Davis holds at third. Needing so many runs, no chance of taking a chance to get an out here. And that's going to bring Matt Cash up to the bat. Last at bat was a home run. So you know he's going to be seeing a ton of curveballs right now. 8-3, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Ball high and away. Start him out with a fastball. We're getting some raindrops here. We got sun and rain. Ball in the dirt. Actually, a hit Cash. So he's going to go to first. Two outs. Still, the tying runner's not even at the plate. I wonder if you're going to see a pinch runner here for Cash with his speed. You have no speed on first or second right now. But no, Frank Jagoda is calling time. Zatorski is at exactly 110 pitches right now. So it's going to take a heck of a 2-out rally here for Fredonia to come back, even though bases are loaded. And you have 6, 7, 8, 9 coming up. So no reason to panic if you're the Marauders. Just keep throwing strikes. Zatorski and defense has got to make an out behind him. Trevor Purse to the plate. Bases are loaded. Simon Davis at third. Owen Rush at second. Matt Cash at first. And the pitch, curveball for a strike. Nice pitch by Satorsky to get ahead. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to find its way through. It's going to score 2. Davis and Rush score on the play. Good job by Trevor Persh. A single at the middle. Now you have runners on first and second. 2 outs. Down by 3 still. So all those insurance runs are huge. And now Owen Ludwig's up the plate. He's 0 for 3. He popped up on attempted bunt, lined out to short, and grounded out to the third baseman today. Ball in the dirt. Pekulski did a nice job keeping that in front of him. Again, the runners on base don't matter still. Up by 3. But still, you want to keep that force out. It makes making outs a little easier. 1-0 count. High 2-0 to Ludwig. And if you think back to the errors that Fredonia had early on, it's really making a big difference right now. Ludwig swings on 2-0, down by 3 and misses it. You think it would have been a straight take there, but it wasn't. And he is down, is 2-1 now, but still ahead. Foul ball, and Zatorski's right back in business now, 2-2 on Ludwig. Nate Syracuse would be next if Ludwig can find a way on here, down by 3 with 2 outs. And ball just outside. So it's 3-2 count now. Runners will be moving. And Owen Ludwig represents the tying run at the plate. But there are 2 outs. And Nate Syracuse would be next if there is that opportunity. Zatorski fakes to second, trying to see if he can catch Cash, leaving a little early, knowing they're going to be running. And the pitch, and they're off, and foul ball. So we'll do it all again. And here we go all over again. Runners will be moving. 3-2, 2 outs. Fredonia down by 3. Ball 4. So that does put the tying run on first base. Nate Syracuse is up. And it doesn't look like Jagoda is going to go to the mound. He's going to leave his senior pitcher who's pitched a hell of a game so far out on the mound. Bases are loaded. Tying run on third base, but there are 2 outs. Strike 1. Big pitch by Zatorski to get ahead of the sophomore, Nate Syracuse. So Fredonia's going to have a chance here. It's in the hands of their underclassmen. Sophomore and Andrew Cowan, the freshman, on deck. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Good off-speed pitch there by Zatorski. Way ahead now, only needing 1 more out here to finish this off. And that'll do it. Oh no, foul ball. Just got enough of it, and it popped in and out of Pekulski's glove. So Syracuse is able to just stay alive. Just got enough of it. We couldn't hear that foul tip out here in right center. But it was a foul ball on that foul tip. 0-2 count still. Syracuse hits it to third, and he is going to, Corbett fields it and steps on third for the final out, and that will do it. Dunkirk holding on with an 8-5 win over the Hillbillies here in Dunkirk, and that is going to knock Fredonia out of first place for the first time in a long time, and make their track for a really hard to come back and win this division. It's not in their own hands anymore. But what a day by Zatorsky on the mound. A lot of big hits by the Marauders, and that will do it. They really wanted to come out and beat their rivals today, and they just did that. And for Nick Zatorsky, 2 Saturdays now, he has beaten first place teams on the mound. First time Southwestern earlier in the year, and now now Fredonia. So that's a big win and a big time performance by Zatorsky. Complete game, threw over 100 pitches himself that game and was able to hang on. So good job by the Marauders. And you know what? They got ahead and they didn't let up. They had some big 2-out hits late in that game that really made the difference, and that's why they're able to hold on and win 8-5. So with that, I'm Shannon Davis. Congratulations to the Dunkirk Marauders and Nick Zatorsky being the winning pitcher. And good job once again by Dylan Murphy. I hope you enjoyed, either whether it was live or if I imagine a number of you guys are going to come back and watch it later on. So with that, we are out of here. Dylan, are you doing any game anytime soon?
I don't know.
Okay, so look on Facebook or other announcements for the next game broadcasted here. Fredonia Access will be on Tuesday, senior night for Fredonia versus Gowanda. Thanks and have a great weekend.